Okay, so right now we're going to talk about the two types of linear equations for Algebra 1. So we got, let's just type this out, linear equations 1. And we're going to start with point-slope form, right? Which means you're given a point with its slope, and you have slope-intercept form, where you're given the slope and the intercept. Now, no matter what happens, you can always use the slope formula, right? Here's the slope formula. If you ever need to find your slope, it's usually known as rise over run, which is kind of like saying height over width. Height over width.
It's 1 o'clock.
Let me turn that off. Yeah, never mind. So that's usually kind of known as the height over width, and the formula is your first y coordinate minus your second y coordinate divided by your first x coordinate minus your second x coordinate. Okay, so that's slope. That's how you calculate your slope. Even if they don't give it to you explicitly, if you have 2 points, you can calculate your slope like that. Oops, let's do this. Okay. Just to make it easier to see. Okay, so slope-intercept form, let's get started here. This is actually the easiest one if you ask me. Usually it'll look something like this. They'll give you, let's see, how would it look? It'll be like y equals 3x plus 5, right? In this case, whatever's the multiple of your x is your slope. Right? So in this case, that would be 3. My slope is 3. And your y-intercept, the place where your line intersects with the y-axis, is going to be this constant right here, which is 5. So once you know this, you can graph it. Let's just pull up a graph right here. Okay, let's say this is 5. This is 3. What that means, how do you want this to look? Well, let's make this 5. And this 15. That means your line is going to cross through 5, like this, and it's going to move 3 units over. Right, so I'm touching 5 when I go through, right, when I go through the y-axis. But from 0, right, my y2 over y minus y1 over x. Yes, so you want to go from 5 to 10, 9. I'm going to go to 9. Let's make this like this. Let's go here. Okay, let's try that. So we draw this. I've increased from 5 to 14, that's 9 in height. And my width has gone from, right, this is 0, from 0 to 3. So that's 3 is my width of this triangle. Therefore, my slope will be 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So that's where I get this here, slope-intercept. So that's kind of a simple way. Usually what I'll do is I'll just start at 5, and then I'll say, okay, from 5, if I go over 3 units, I need to go up 9 units. Or if I go over, really the way I do it is if I go over 1 unit, pretty simple and straightforward, a lot easier than like point-slope form. So let's get into point-slope form. This is going to look like y2 minus y1, right? That's one of your points, equals m times, that's your image of slope, x2 minus x1. So there's no b, there is no intercept. Like over here, sorry, I forgot to mention it. For your slope-intercept, it'll look like y equals mx plus b. That's your starting formula, where m is your slope and and B is your intercept. So let's just put some color on that like this. Same deal over here for point slope. This is your start off formula. So the problem they gave you could be something like this. Let's come over here. Let's take this off. They could give you, say they give you a point like 2, 3, and 4, 6, right? They're not even necessarily going to tell you the slope, right? Because you can figure out the slope. You can calculate the slope using the slope formula, right? You have 2 points, x2, y2, x1, y1. You can calculate the slope. So in their case, slope's going to be y2 is 6, y1 is 3. It's going to be 6 minus 3 divided by x2 is 4, x1 is 2. 4 minus 2, that's 3 over 2. So your slope, m, is 3 over 2. M is your slope. Okay, so now you can put all this together. You're going to have, actually, let's go back. You pick 1 point from here. Let me go back. So they give you 2, you can calculate your slope from 2. But the actual formula is going to be like this. Not y2, it's going to be y and x. All right, so now you're going to say, your formula is going to look like this. We're going to say y1 is this one. This is y1. This is your point 1. Y1, x1, y1, this is your point 2. You only need a point 2 to calculate the slope, but you're going to say y minus 3 equals 3/2 x minus 2. Now you want to rearrange this until it looks like a slope-intercept form, meaning you're going to move this 3 over. Okay, so when you rearrange it, let's just go up here. You're going to get y equals, actually let me type it in, this is easier. And it's 3, because 3/2 times -2 is minus 3, plus 3, because you're moving that 3 on the left side to the right side, so you have to add 3 to both sides. So those 3's cancel, and you get y equals 3/2 x. That's your line, right? That's your curve. It'll look like this, right? Let me just delete this one right here. Looks like this. Actually, you see that there b is 0 because there is no plus constant at the end. So basically, it's going to go through. Let's scrap these points. Got 1, 2, x2, y3, x4, y6. So you got this point and this point. Technically, it's a little off. It should look like should look more like this. Oops. And so the bottom line is it's going to go right through it like that. All right, this is your line. So hopefully that made a little sense. I may redo this later, but I just want to give you an idea of the differences between your point slope form, right? When to use point slope form, basically when they don't give you an intercept and they give you coordinates. Let's put that in blue. And then when to use slope-intercept form. That's when they tell you the slope and they give you the y-intercept. Let's put that in blue also. Okay, those are the 2 linear equations you really need to know for Algebra 1. Hope that helps, guys. If not, you can always leave me a comment and I'll follow up.